What if I told you that you've been trying to change your swing plane the wrong way this whole time? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, your swing plane always reverts back to the same pattern? Could it be that your swing plane is not the problem, but how your body sequences the movement is? Well, today we're going to try and explain just that, but before we do that, I've downloaded this new AI tool to help me do introductions. Let's just try it out.
Yo, this is MC Divot. I'm dropping bars like I dropped turf.
Yo, this is Bogey Smalls, because even legends miss a shot sometimes.
Yo, listen up, let me spit some facts. You've been working on your swing, but your plane's still whack.
Gotta fix that path, going round and round, but it's all about your body, not the club coming down.
If I told ya, you're doing it wrong. Ain't the plane, it's a sequencing that makes it strong.
From the ground to the hips, to the chest, to the hands. If your fire out of order, it's gonna mess up your plans.
Ever wonder why the tour pros don't look all the same? One's upright, one's flat, but they still bring the pain.
It's how they move, how they roll with the size. Not some cookie cutter swing, it's their body's design.
So sit back, relax, let me break this down. Gonna show you why your sequencing's messing around.
Playing clips of the greats, watch 'em move real clean. Then you'll see why your swing ain't what it seemed. We out.
We out.
I don't know what that was, but thumbs up for MC Slice and Bogey Smalls. They weren't too bad. But today we're going to be talking about how to get your plane corrected by not addressing your plane directly, but working on your kinematic sequencing. So why does it matter? Well, kinematic sequencing is the chain reaction of energy transferring through your body in the golf swing from the ground up through your legs, torso, arms, and finally into the golf club. And when this sequence is efficient, your swing is powerful and repeatable. But when it's off, you look like me. You lose consistency, distance, and control over your swing plane. And Mrs. Havenkamp, Mrs. Jabroni, they're not going to be your friends. But here's the catch. Not everybody moves the same way. Your body's physical limitations directly impact how well you can sequence your swing. And that's why I'm always telling you, copying tour pros without understanding your own movements can lead to frustration and poor results. So how exactly does your body affect kinematic sequencing, which is your swing plane? Well, there's hip and torso mobility, your strength and stability, your rotational ability, your muscle fiber composition, and your neuromuscular control. And then, just to throw it in there, your limb length proportions. In fact, if you lack hip or spine mobility, you cannot create good separation between your lower and upper body, which forces you to rely on your arms, leading to an upper body rotation, kind of like T-Rex swinging a club. It's going to always be outside. Can you imagine T-Rex? I don't think he's going to have a very flat plane. And as a result, you will have a steep downswing, early extension, or inconsistent contact. Now, for your strength and stability, if you have a weak lower body and core, guess what? That means you cannot generate enough ground force from the ground up, so your downswing starts with your arms, T-Rex, instead of your legs. And what can happen? This can lead to casting, loss of lag, and a steepened downswing. Doesn't that sound like most of us? Now, your rotation ability. Those players with great rotational mobility use their body's stretch shortening cycle to create insane clubhead speed while keeping a stable plane. If you lack rotation, go do some yoga, go do some Pilates, because if you don't, you'll have to rely more on vertical forces. In other words, jumping up and down, or lateral movement side to side, which can make your swing plane very inconsistent. Now, there is a difference between fast twitch dominant players and slow twitch players. Fast twitch are explosive, they use great ground force reactions and wrist action to generate power, while your slower twitch players are smoother and rely on efficiency rather than brute force. Ernie Els, Tiger Woods. Now, golfers with great coordination and timing can sequence movements properly, keeping their swing plane in check, but those with poor motor controls struggle to transfer energy efficiently, making their swing plane inconsistent. Now, for my gorillas in the room with the super long arms that can drag your knuckles through the sand, you guys and girls create more natural width and have to control rotation to avoid getting too steep. And for my T-Rex and alligators out there, you guys tend to have a naturally more rounded swing and rely more on rotation than width. So how does kinematic sequencing control your swing plane? Well, if you fire your body segments in the right order, your club will naturally find the right plane, your plane, without forced manipulation like we see on the range every day, and end up shanking the ball in Mrs. Jabroni's 1968 Chevy Capri. But if your sequencing is off, your plane suffers, and here is how. When your lower body starts to downswing, the club will naturally shallow, creating a consistent plane, and this will prevent overuse of your hands and reducing the risk of going over the top. On the contrary, if your downswing starts with your shoulders instead of your hips, your club will steepen instantly, and this will lead to over-the-top swings, slices, and weak ball flights. If you can't stabilize your lower half, you may sway, slide, or early extend, all of which will throw off your plane. This is why strength training and mobility work matter more than just hitting balls at the range. And finally, proper sequencing lets you maintain lag without forcing it, so the club naturally shallows before impact. Shallows. Gets flat. And if your hands and arms dominate too early, you'll cast the club, steepening your plane, and they will call you KFC. But I want you to watch this video that's playing right now. And what can you see with every tour pro that you see swinging here? Where's the ground force coming from? They don't throw from the top. They don't over rotate from the top. They naturally work from the ground up and then inside out. It's a natural occurrence for everybody on television. Now, what you will notice too is their plane work is completely different. You have some of them that are much higher, you have some that are much lower, you have some that have open club faces, some that have closed club faces, some with strong grips, weak grips, neutral grips. Basically what it comes down to is holding your posture but then working on your sequencing to your limitation. Now let's say your limitation, you can't turn enough, then yes, your arms and hands will have to make up accordingly for that to help you get on your plane. But now are you taking your natural tendencies out of it because your arms and hands might want to naturally go higher? So stop looking at all these videos that promise you this amount in one plane, two plane. To me, you really have to look at your core fundamentals, how your grip alignment, set of posture, and ball position work for you and your natural ability. Your natural ability will come down to rotation, limitation of that rotation, core strength, utilizing your footwork correctly to help you with kinematic sequencing. And if you cannot get in these certain positions because you lack rotation, you had better go take a look at a local coach next to you that can help you and help you with a fitness regimen to get you in deeper positions than you have previously been able to do. So this is not a long video like my typical ones. We didn't analyze anybody. This is just a please go get checked out by a golf coach near you. Work on your rotation, work on your balance, and I promise you, your centeredness of contact will increase because you're not gonna be doing the robot while you're trying to swing. Don't look like those two robots that started this whole video. You've got to be more fluid. I do hope that helps you. Hit that like, share, subscribe if you do like this. And if you know somebody that this might pique their interest, let them know about us too. Appreciate it again. Hope that helps you. I'll see you next time. Fairways and greens.